The goblin never expected this. He thought his power of gluttony had made him the strongest in the world. But today, he encountered one of humanity's 8 great heroes. Jack could tell from his appearance. He was a member of the 8 Champions Rider Corps, known as the hero of the bone insect, Rick. Rick was surprised Jack knew of him, but he never liked that title. To him, it sounded like he was being called a pest. The next moment, Rick's eyes shifted into insect-like compound eyes. Jack recognized them. They were the symbol of the insect god's blessing, a mark of formidable power. Then Rick produced a vial of undead insects, created through necromancy. He pulled out the stopper, and scattered the insects over the corpses lying on the ground. One by one, the dead bodies began to move again. At first, Jack thought the undead insects were just parasitic bioweapons, but under Rick's command, the upper bodies of the reanimated soldiers transformed into insect-like forms. This was Rick's undead insect army. A swarm of insect soldiers rushed toward Jack. There was no time to dodge. In an instant, Jack was completely surrounded, but Jack's strength was nothing to underestimate. He quickly broke free from the encirclement, and sent the insect soldiers flying one after another. Seeing this, Rick grew even more excited. Only a fight like this is truly interesting, he said. Then Rick took personal control of the insects. This time, their attacks were tightly coordinated. Even with Jack's perception skills, he was struck several times. Luckily, Jack's recovery ability was remarkable. A few surface wounds meant nothing to him. Rick remarked that an ordinary ogre would have died already. But can you handle this one? With those words, Rick unleashed even greater power. After gathering energy for a few seconds, a giant centipede appeared on the battlefield. Its aura was terrifying. Jack realized the situation had turned dangerous. He had never seen an insect this large. Before he could form a plan, the centipede charged forward and sent him flying back several meters. Then the centipede's jaws clamped hard onto Jack. Rick explained this was his proudest pet, a famous monster designated as a disaster-level entity. Jack struggled to break free, but no matter how hard he fought, he couldn't escape. What's more, the centipede's bite contained a deadly venom. Even a small dose could paralyze a person's organs and cause death. Seeing Jack still alive, Rick couldn't help but praise his toughness. But as the poison spread through Jack's body, his condition deteriorated. He was on the verge of death. His weapon fell from his hand. Rick pulled Jack close, thinking he had already died, and set him down. He planned to take Jack's body back for dissection, intrigued by the abilities Jack possessed. But when he looked down, Jack had suddenly vanished. Rick was shocked Jack could survive even that, and that the poison had disappeared. It turned out the body left behind was a decoy. Jack had used a clone technique at the last moment. Rick thought about summoning the centipede again, but it seemed to have already retreated. Left with no other choice, Rick decided to use his first trump card. He began absorbing the surrounding insect soldiers, and his own body transformed into an insect-like form, covered in a hard exoskeleton. Seeing this, Jack wondered, if he used his gluttony ability to devour Rick, what kind of power would he gain? Then Rick charged straight at him. Jack sliced off one of his insect limbs, then followed with a punch that sent Rick flying. He then gathered energy and formed an electric javelin in his hand. By now, Rick was growing more and more interested in Jack. He wondered what other surprises Jack had in store, but what Rick never imagined was that Jack's next move would completely shatter his understanding of strength. Jack began gathering power on the spot.